Officially, good morning, everyone, and welcome to my favorite day in the Play Therapy calendar. It has been a wonderfully busy year. Special moments for me have been the Global Play Therapy Week that we've only recently had, and going in October to the Indonesian conference. That was a real highlight for me. I would like to thank you all for being here. There are over 200 of us, and you have traveled from near and far, or far from near, I don't know what far around, and thank you for your time and effort to get here, particularly those who have come from all over the world. May I introduce, please, the people from overseas that are present here today, and perhaps they can make themselves known, because I can't see you. First of all, Alice, who is our CE of Play Therapy Indonesia and has achieved, I wish we had your government here and you could have influenced our government as you have yours. It's a unique achievement that you have as a leading example for the rest of us. Thank you. And she's traveling with her daughter Annabelle. Then there's Elizabeth Rodriguez. I don't know you. Can you make yourself known? Ah, there you are. I do know you. You're from Gibraltar, and please, let's talk afterwards how we can support you in Gibraltar. Then we have Peggy, wherever she is. There she is, from Hong Kong, from EDU University. You must talk to her. She's another of these pioneers who is getting research projects going, who has integrated into their university course where they teach teachers that they do our certificate. Yeah, what do we have here? How much do a lot of teachers know how to handle their children? Anyway, there she is. Then there are 3 people from India, led by Rochelle, whom I think most of you know, and there's Hetvi and Joshna, wherever you are, who are her trainees and have come all the way from India. Then we have here Lisa, Jeanette, not Lisa. Jeanette, where are you? There you are. And she's our CD for Play Therapy Ireland, and she has brought with her 3 Irish CDs, Michelle, Alana, whom have I forgotten? Eve? Yeah, Eve, yeah. And we have 2 other people from Ireland. Where are they? There, yes. Thank you for coming. And then we have Linda Cameron from Scotland. Ah, thank you. And then we have Gemma Hawkins, who is here from Dubai, and I hope she will work with Rochelle to get our courses going there. It is just such a joy to see you all face to face again, and I hope today will give you the opportunity to mix, share with others, and to network. I would like to also say a big thank you to the staff who have organized the conference. As we are here in East Sussex, just down the road from our headquarters, and last night I looked and I could see Ashdown Forest, where it all started, so it was lovely to see that. I'm delighted that so many of you are here in person today. Where are you all? Yeah, there, yeah. Thank you also very much for creating such an experience for us. I would like to give special thanks also to our workshop leaders, Sarah Bentley, Camilla, Georgina, Eileen. Have I left anybody out apart from Lynn? Yes, thank you. They're all sitting at this table. They don't want you to know, obviously. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our guests Helen Tozer, Chair of British Council, there we are, and Sarah Hickson, Chair of BAPT. Welcome. Last year's 25th conference was very special. It was wonderful to reflect on what has been achieved in those years by all of you. Of course, it is sad that Jeff isn't here to see it all. He would be so proud of all of you, and so am I. You will have experienced the void of loss Jeff left behind 4 years ago, which has affected our organisation a great deal. I'm very moved by your loyalty through our ups and downs following on from then, to transition the organisation onto a new level. I'm extraordinarily grateful that Maria has stepped up 4 years of challenges that were put in front of her. Thank you with all my heart, Maria. Just when we thought stability had arrived last August, 4 of our senior tutors left us. I want to thank very much the office team, the course directors, and the clinical team for taking on lots of extra work, which was far beyond what they would normally undertake. 5 months later, however, from January this year, we can now introduce a completely new structure. And I don't even have to do that anymore, because there's now Jess, who is the clinical manager of PTUK. Where are you? Here, over to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see the sea of faces. And it's such a pleasure to be part of a supportive and wealth of knowledge team. And when I say team, I mean the clinical team, but I mean play therapists globally, really. Because since being in this role, the biggest part of it that has felt, that has brought growth has been the connection and reaching out to members and hearing what's going on, hearing the knowledge, the intelligence, and all the different special things that are going on out there in the play therapy community. So for us and the clinical team, thank you for bringing in your messages, connecting, bringing challenges to find solutions to. Keep that coming, keep the communication going. We're really excited about it. Lisa, Alana are here today, doing an amazing job behind the scenes and really frontline communicating with you. But we've also got Lauren, who is not here today, who's leading the CPD, which is really exciting. And we really hope to see people on the mini ones, and we're offering a combination of free ones as well, because we really do want to connect you all. And we've got Alison, who is supporting people with complaints and also starting some clinical governance support checks to help people with Fortuna and kind of data collection and making sure all of that's in place. So there are various different prongs to the clinical team, but it's the community of play therapists that really hold it together. And we want to really make that tight and keep reaching out, keep talking, bring in the problems so we can find solutions and work together. Yeah.
So, another new development was that we appointed Rochelle as director of PTUK. Then, we have, I think, maybe last week, a new Play for Life journal outfit arrived, a periodical, because we need to distinguish it from the research journal. And behind the periodical is a 10-year celebration, really, of our editors, Tiffany, stay, and Helen, who is in Tanzania. And they do I don't know how you do it, but they communicate to produce this wonderful journal with interesting articles, wonderful practice examples, good practice examples for you. And it's got a new layout and a new, So, please, all of you, you know the person that is involved and the other one somewhere in the ether. Please, 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 let us know what you're doing. I was talking to 4 people who have been with us for a long time this morning. And really, all of you have done such an amazing, have had such an amazing journey over the last 20 years to be here with us still. And some of them have even dared to retire. I mean, before me, that's not on. But I'm really, really grateful for that. So, Stephanie, please come here. And as the representative of Play for Life, please, I want to thank you. Other exciting developments this year have been the introduction of digital membership cards. You asked for it, and there it is, by the team that does all these wonderful things. Another good thing, as I talked earlier on about, was the impact that the Global Play Therapy Week had on social media. It was absolutely, truly astonishing how many people, hundreds of thousands, engaged and shared and all these things I don't know anything about, but it's all out there. And thank you very, very much for contributing. A lot of you contributed, and maybe next year even more people can contribute. Thank you all very much. And then we've got a good announcement that with the Chichester University, who again, as a whole circle, we started in 2001 with Chichester University, and now they came to us and wanted to be with us 25 years later. And they've developed, with Sophia's more knowledge than me, if you're interested, a PhD pathway. So you can do the PhD if you want to. It's long, 5 years, but really worth it. You can now do that. Yes, now, I thought this was the end of it. But a couple of days ago, suddenly, I was, by chance, called into a team meeting, and Maria was there and has given me the biggest surprise because she informed me that her application to HMRC has been successful. You know how many years we fought for all of you that you can get your membership reimbursed by taxman, and that has now happened. So you will all benefit from that. And thank you, Maria, yet again for your initiative, which I had. Now, I forgot to say something, Tiffany, I'm sorry, that Tiffany will be out in the foyer and waiting for all of you to come and offer articles or whatever. It doesn't have to be articles. Anything about your own good practice. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. It just livens our community up because it connects us. And I have no idea, I don't know most of you anymore, what you're all doing. Yeah, I would love to know. This is my, what I started as a baby has now grown with all these grandchildren and great-grandchildren all over the world. But I don't know of those people who I don't know. What are you doing? What is a good practice that you can give us in your area that we can all benefit from? Please, please, please. There's Tiffany. Let her know. Thank you. I now would like to introduce the child mental health team because they need to update us with all the wonderful things they have achieved. And there is a team now rather than just Sophia. And so there's Sophia, Sarah, and Kathy. Over to you.
Hello everybody, I'm Sarah Bentley, this is Kathy Nurser and this is Sophia O'Neill. Many of you will know all of us, and we're here today to represent the Child Mental Health Charter Committee. So we're a team of Play Therapy UK, play therapists, championing and campaigning for early, effective and expert child therapeutic mental health services. Wow, that's quite a mouthful, but it's very powerful. Now, I was privileged to represent the Charter in 2022 at the Houses of Parliament, at the all-party parliamentary group on a fit and healthy childhood, where I was able to share my speech and the 6 founding principles which underpin the Charter, and they are: 1, focus on the needs of children. Children's voices must be heard and their dignity and human rights upheld. 2, protect children. Any individual who works therapeutically must be registered through an independent government-approved agency, such as the PSA Register. 3, invest in a properly qualified workforce. Level 7 postgraduate training is essential. Ensure policy is informed by the best available and appropriate evidence and adequately funded. 5, focus on the needs of parents and carers. There must be high-quality support for them to better understand and support their child. And 6, make policies work, joined up working with prioritise appropriate data sharing between all appropriate agencies concerned with child welfare. The committee, alongside their day jobs, work hard to promote these principles, which are available in full on our Charter website. We hope that you will find our continually improved website helpful. One of our recent updates is a new MP letter and briefing paper ready for you to download and add your personal details to make contact with your own potentially new MP. Please do let us know if your MPs change when you send your email, and I get a wink when I say that. So Kathy will now share some of the most recent achievements of our committee in our quest for early, effective and expert child therapeutic mental health services.
So the last 12 months have been a really busy year for the Child Mental Health Charter. All members of our committee have held meetings with their MP in some capacity over the past 12 months, some managing more regular update meetings than others. The aim of these meetings is to try to raise political awareness about the Charter and the need for the 6 principles to be taken into account when making political decisions around mental health and education. In doing this, we've received support from several of the main parties, with the Liberal Democrats and the Green Party even including trained mental health professionals with schools as part of their manifestos. There have also been several exciting trips and opportunities for members of the committee, again with the aim of raising awareness about the Charter. You would have seen news of these in the trips in the Good to Know updates. We were invited to join the Children's Alliance in the launch of a new report, The Power of Play, in London. Lois Bunn, one of our committee members, attended on behalf of the Charter and even made it onto ITV News. She was also asked to speak in the Houses of Parliament, representing PTUK and our Child Mental Health Charter. This year also saw 2 government papers produced in which committee members contributed to. The first being A Plan for Play by the Children's Alliance, which was contributed to by myself and Lois, and we then attended the launch at the Houses of Parliament. Myself and Claire Bates have also contributed to a paper about adverse childhood experiences, and we're very much looking forward to attending the launch of this in the future. Both of these papers are available, or will be available very soon, to be viewed on our Mental Health Charter website. The Charter continues to gather strength, with more writing and research opportunities coming up for us, which in turn raises awareness and builds connections. You can help the Charter to build momentum and political awareness by writing to your MP asking them to support the Charter. So as Sarah said, you can choose the template on our website or your own letter. If you haven't already seen, there's a table outside which has a map on to check to see if your MP has signed already. But even if they have signed already, you can still write to them just to remind them of the Charter and its importance. And that will hopefully keep the Charter, its 6 principles, and ultimately the children that it will help at the front of their minds and hopefully their campaigns. So I'm just going to hand over to Sophia to talk about everything else, really.
Thank you, Kathy and Sarah, and thank you in their absence to the rest of the Child Mental Health Charter Committee for all of their work all year long. It's so nice to be part of a team and to be doing this in collaboration with these brilliant people. I'm sure you're all grateful for the web page as well, which if you haven't had a look at it, go to it. It's full of all sorts of stuff that you might find helpful for your own work. So I'm going to try and continue this line of thought and link it to everybody's work here today in a more practical sense. Well, in fact, as practical as it can get, because it's going to be about clinical practice. And I'm going to speak with this slide behind me. The conference is a day of such breadth and depth across so many areas of expertise and interest, but the common denominator, what these all have in common, is practice. And the outcomes, the results from this work, underpin how we can talk about what we're doing and explain how it works and promote it. My roles in research for PTUK show me daily how much our members need and use this information to promote their work. Thank you so much for inputting the precious numbers and words from your practice into Fortuna, because that's one side of a really important coin. One side of it is your work, putting the information in, which may not be your favourite task. But the other side of that same coin is that I and others can give you that data back again in ways that are actually useful and relevant to your work and will promote your practice and give weight and defence to the arguments that you present to funders and head teachers and parents. The information is the cornerstone for us to build our arguments from, and you can then add to that and build from it with case vignettes and details. We can approach our data from so many different angles, and you're welcome to contact me to hear more about particular referral conditions, perhaps, and how their SDQs shift. Or you might be interested in one part of the therapeutic art or play media, like sand or clay or messy play or water. But the bottom line of all of our aggregated strengths and difficulties questionnaires from the whole globe, from all of our members, trainees, practitioners, members with decades of practice behind them. This is the headline data from all referral conditions, that 7 out of 10 children referred to play therapy. When they finish play therapy, there are improvements in their mental health and well-being, and that rises to 8 out of 10 children if their needs were higher at the time of their referral. This slide is about change in children's lives, change in the way that they experience the world, change that we're helping to affect in their lives. And I hope that you'll find this a useful and helpful slide image or tile that you can add to your work, and there are more available in resources. So I'd like to finish with this, what will be a short animation. The aim of it is to help illustrate interconnected aspects of our work, that our profession is made up of components that are interlinked, that the 3 elements of our work being early and our work being effective and our work being delivered by experts, by professionals in the field, is the parcel that is about how we deliver the integrative holistic play therapy model. Now that you've seen it, we're going to share it across social media and put it on resources so you can all have it. But play therapy is dynamic and vibrant work. It's about mark making and embodied play and relationship. And I was hoping, there it goes. I was hoping that the paintbrush would help deliver that message and encapsulate those 3 components, which of course can be unpacked to have endless detail, but those are the headline words. The early interaction speaks to both help being early in life and early in the onset of difficulties. The efficacy we've touched on before on the previous slide, but it's remained consistent, those numbers you saw on the previous slide, over 20 years. So since the records began of the model first launched by Monika, the numbers are reassuringly consistent in the way that we deliver work and the effect that it has on children's lives. The efficacy also encompasses the fact that the way that we're working using play fits with starting early, fits with working with children. And just as the efficacy of our work is rooted in it being early, so is the fact that it's delivered by experts, by trained professionals, safe and carefully considered work rooted in theory that's reflective, clinically supervised best practice. And here we are all today, trainees, graduates, members and more, poised for further expertise today and poised to drive forward the parameters of play therapy and our knowledge of our profession. Enjoy it. Thank you very much.
And I would also like to thank Sophia personally, because she was brave enough to take over the research that Jeff started. I don't know if anybody is here from 2013, when we launched the Child Mental Health Charter in the House of Commons. Look how many of you are there. Thank you. I have good memories of that. Okay. Then, following from the announcement at the last year's conference, we've taken on board the suggestion from Claire Wilson, who's not here, I think, today, to appoint an ambassador each year at the conference. Therefore, I'm delighted to announce that our first honorary ambassador is Lynn Suter-Anderson. Lynn has been with us for a good 20 years.
2001. November.
4 years, yeah. And many of you will remember her as tutor in your clay sessions. She has produced 3 wonderful books, very successful books on clay, and some of the examples maybe were allowed from our training sessions. But yeah, and here she is again this year. And she's also coming to Indonesia. So we have another reunion then. Thank you so much, Lynn. So further information of how to become an ambassador and all the details about that will be in the Good to Know for you, in the next Good to Know for you. And we hope to receive lots of applications, because the more we have of you, I know the idea is to appoint 1, but I have already 5 that I would like to appoint for next year. So, yeah. Each year, we award members of our community for ongoing and going above and beyond with work and everything they do for our organization and to raise awareness about play therapy. This year, we have 2 very special people who are involved. And one of them sits right next here, Evelyn, who has also been with us, and her organization she worked in right in 2000 and whatever was the first organization we ever delivered the course. And I remember the boundary exercise, which after that went on their wall from their team. And I remember it just like that. And now she's still with us, and she's a real heroine, not only for PTUK, but also for APSC, because she's taken over a lot of the marking. Thank you, Evelyn. And lastly, the other award, the International Play Therapy International Award, has gone to Rennie Olof, who is our South African hero. She has been with us for 18 years, but she has 160 members now, and she has delivered, I think, 18 certificates and 9 diplomas and supervision course and failure course. It's absolutely amazing what she's done for South Africa. Unfortunately, she isn't here, and I can't give her shortly. Shoulder, here it is. But she's fortunately coming to summer school in France, and I can give it to her then. Lastly, thank you all again to have come together in this special place, which we have together as a play therapy community. Those of you who remember 2004 conference at Chichester will remember something about what we are doing now. So we know that today's theme is sensitive and delicate. So I wanted to take a moment for all of us to honor those people we have lost amongst our members and their families. So please look inside your goodie bag, I think, and take out your bubble one. And try to get it open. I don't know how to operate these things. Just like that? Okay. And we need something at the same time. So remember, right at your certificate level, you had a therapeutic story that was from your secret garden, you went to the rainbow. Yeah, and you would be able to go up the rainbow and meet at the top whomever you wanted to. And I want you to think about that when we blow our bubbles to maybe we can all get up.
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Thank you. And the young lady who sang that was Lauren's daughter. Lauren, who is from Northern Ireland, and she sang that for all of us. And thank you. And now this belatedly, as usual, gives me the opportunity. Oh, what have I forgotten?
There's one last thing. None of this would have been possible, Monika. None of us would have been sat here today. Was it not for your passion, dedication, and just support and input. So please accept this from all of us. And I still can't it in my garden. That's the idea. And oh, I think you're it for years. Thank you.